Gonna have to start in the middle of everything, but that's fine. Not like we haven't done this before. But anyways, hi everybody, it's CVGS, I'm the captain here, and welcome to the Vanguard Newsday Tuesday. We're getting the June products, June product reveals. We're also getting an after report from the recent, I believe it is the Nagoya Lake of WGP Deluxe, and we're also getting new Youthberk cards also. So we're gonna be breaking rocks later on. So plus we also have our what is cooking segment later as well. So yeah, lots to run through. So I don't know, a bit late at the moment right now, but it can't be helped because you know, everything just kind of felt like very last minute, like get to it. So I unfortunately for YouTube, so there is no proper thumbnail for this just yet. So because I haven't been able to get access to my Photoshop because reasons. So yeah, I'll just leave things at that. So but yeah. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to a good week too as well. So yeah, let's see. Get the show started. Stand up, Vanguard. Onegai shimasu. Alright. So TCG strategy presentation happening next week Thursday. Alright, so next week Thursday is when we'll be getting the whole entire lot of card games that you can see over there. All of the strategy presentation reviews also. But of course, the only one that we really care much is the Vanguard one, at least on the stream here. So yeah. So yeah, Nishio Yuka will be the MC for the strategy presentation. So yeah, we'll be seeing her next Thursday. But you can also see a whole bunch of guests there, so they'll be appearing there. So probably they might be talking about the current season. So yeah, the current season is still ready, so they'll probably talk about the stuff in the current season. So yeah. カード情報部の X の方ご確認ください。以上、戦略発表会情報でした。続きまして、コロコロコミックからのお知らせです。どうぞ。Alright, so Korokoro Comic. So the Korokoro Comic actually has the PR card that we saw on the Dokkovan Neo just last week, and it's a Overlord. It's a Overlord card also, but not Overlord specific because the top skill allows you to be able to draw one, and then you choose a card from your hand and reveal it, and then call it to Vanguard Circle if it's great, it's equal to or less than your Vanguard. Alright, otherwise you discard it. Then choose one of your opponent's Vanguard and retire it. So sorry, choose one of your opponent's Vanguard and retire it. I'm remembering the mistranslation that happened last week. Then if you did not retire them for the turn, the unit called for by this card's ability is to get plus 5k. And the second skill is from the drop zone is that if you have an Overlord Vanguard and you don't have a copy of this unit in the bind zone, you don't have another copy of this unit in this card in the bind zone, then this turn I should say, then you can energy blast 3 and bind this card and then activate one of the following abilities. You can choose you can search your deck for an Overlord card with a different name than your current Vanguard. And then you write it as stand and then you shuffle your deck. So this one is a turbo card for the end. So you can have Dragonic Overlord, and after that you can turbo. This card can be used to turbo into the end using its ability. And then the other skill is that if your Persona wrote this turn, then sorry, I missed it out also. But then it's choose one of your grade 2 or less units and stand it, if I remember correctly. So yeah, need to scroll all the way back up also to the Dokkovan already. If Vega is Persona Road and you did not write from grade 2 this turn. Sorry, if you did not write from grade 2 this turn, then discard a card from your hand and activate Persona Right. So yeah, there you go. So yeah. So yeah, according to the Korokoro comic, inside also there's actually a mysterious voice that has been talking to Tendo in there. So and then the mysterious voice has revealed itself to be Aichi actually. So yeah. どういうことなんですかでもゼロ自身がユニットとして戦うという回でもございますので、ちょっとこれはぜひぜひ皆さん必見の回でございます。しかもですね、この惑星クレイ編が生まれるにあたって、なんとヴァンガード原作者の伊藤明先生にもめちゃくちゃ We do see the startup decks actually in the display in the front. So yeah. ところもね、好きな人がぜひぜひ読んでほしい話になっておりますので。
Again, I hear the ambulance.
そして本日はスカイライドにも関係する動画が届いておりますので、早速見ていきましょう。どうぞ。
カードファイトバンガード、ぶっちぎりなスタートを決めようぜ。力で勝負するなら天道ゼロ、技で勝負したいなら方程式バンガード始めようぜ。キラカード3枚入りブシロード。
So yeah, you can see that right in front of us, so they're on display. So these decks are available next week. So yeah, and you can pick them up for like $20. And for that in Sing language, so yeah, in Singapore dollars, I mean, so yeah. So it's like $20 for this or so. I probably could go out my way to actually just go and pick up one deck. Just pick up the deck so that I can get Union in the Sky, and I can also get one copy of Shenri as well. So in the Zero Tendo deck. So and then the rest of the deck I'll just put it in storage, never to be opened again. Until it's been unsealed in the future, in which case it'll probably be not very good at the point in time. So yeah.
スカイライド込みでね、ぶっちぎるスタートデッキの方よろしくお願いいたします。はい、そしてですね、最後にスカイライドつながりで先週末公開されたこちらを改めて紹介させていただきます。どうぞ。はい、大番画祭2025イベントビジュアルが追加公開。
So 大番画祭、so yes, not only do we have Akina with the two plushies, we now have Aichi carrying a Vanguard plushie, and we got Zero also floating about I forgot what the unit's name is, so, but yeah, it's the light elemental that's in his deck.
可愛さもエモさも詰まってて、で服もなんかほのかに
The one that interacts with Exawu, I think. So yeah. Will that be a mat? I don't know. Probably. So yeah. But it's all goods that's happening in like in Japan for the Dai Bagasai, which is happening in May, mid-May. So yeah. So Japan import.
はい、それでは続いてイベント情報でございます。まずは先日公
開。Hey, you can take the picture, you can make it to a mat of your own, so artificial. Right, so here's the after report for the WGP Deluxe Season 1. And amazingly, so this tournament was wow to say the least. Because amongst the top 64, I think, was it top 64 or top 32? Top 32. Half of them are all Babs Gara decks. And it's wow. So I don't know what to make it in. I haven't looked into the reasons why it is stopping. But I've heard about calls of like people saying that Violot and something else needed to be restricted to choice restriction. Or one copy each or so, but I think Violot, but I'm not sure what Violot's effect has also on buffs or on the new buffs Gara, so maybe we should take a look at it at some point. So yeah, we'll see.
アニメの振り返りをしたりだとかもしましたけれども、なんか無限に食べられる。
I can kind of look it up right now, so yeah. While the string goes on in the back, so.
新規一点の施設じゃないですか。そこに合わせてね、始めたいことみたいなのがあればみたいな話をしたんですけど。
Okay, so let me just take a quick cursory read. So Violot, okay, it cannot be chosen by opponent's card effects. Placed by Overdress, color plus 1, choose up to 2 total arms cards from your hand or drop, and arm 1 card among them to your Vanguard, put the rest into the soul. Dress boost is that when this is Overdress state boost, all of your floral units get plus 5k generated for each card in your Vanguard is armed with. So floral plus 10k. I'm not sure where the interaction is, so that causes Violot to actually be much stronger. But that's something that I have to look into for sure.
って言って、
でもケバブなんだ。
そう、ケバブはやっぱ片手で食べられますからね。
そういう理由なの。
そう。
好き、味が好きとかじゃなく。
まあ味も好きだけどね。その中でもやっぱ片手で食べられるものといえばっていうね。
なるほどね。
そう。
まあいろんな話。ティハルンがデビュー戦。
そうなんですよ。初ファイトということでございましたけれども。すごい最初バスティオンプライムが対面に出てきて、一瞬ロックできないんじゃないかみたいな
Okay. So it's not with buff. It's not with the new buff specifically. It's more to do with Violet and something else also. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull back some of the chats. So yeah. Some say that Violet restrict to 1 and Dry and OT restricted with buff. Ah, okay. So I mean, resetting Vanguard is quite wild. So, yeah.
すごいね、そんな楽しいステージをお届けさせていただきましたし、で、まあシングルファイトをね、一日通して
yeah, this is a single fighter tournament also, but yeah, it's just interesting that the top 32 also, 19 of them are actually buffs. So yeah, it's hard to digest for the most part, but at the same time also like, I feel like Love and Berry is also like a bit problematic too as well. So
結構なんかその SNS にアップして一抜けでしたみたいな話とかさ、やっぱしやすいし、それがなんか手元に残るじゃない。それもやっぱ嬉しい点ですよね。その今回変わった点としてそのねパスがもらえて、2日目までもうすごいたくさん戦えるっていうのがね。めちゃくちゃいい点でございましたけど、まあそんなね、そうよそうよ、嬉しいですね。それ持ち帰るのお土産としてもね。
見返してね、あの時嫌だったなって思い出せるし、
そう超良いものでございますけれども、そんなね2日目には決勝ラウンドもございました。デイ2のアフターレポートこちらでございます。どうぞ。はい、ということでこちらデイ2ではデイ1のシングルファイト勝ち抜いた178名のファイターが最後の予選を戦い、上位32名が決勝に進出しましたということで。
on day 2, sorry, I'm distracted by the fact that the pro wrestlers came in their ring gear actually. They came in their ring gear to cheer on the day 2 players, and you can see that the top 8 at the bottom left there, so and the winner in the top right. So yeah. And it was streamed on their channel, on the Vanguard channel. I believe it was yeah, it was streamed live on the channel. So yeah. So you can actually see it's Buff Sagara versus Buff Sagara in the finals there. So yeah.
欲しいよ。いやー、感動ものだね、これは。
And like triple dress boosts also on both sides too as well.
そう、本当スターダムのね、2人からのスタンドアップコールから始まって、こうやって勝ち抜いて、権利を手に入れた人もいればっていうところでございましたけれども、今年からその2日目のね、決勝ラウンド、また配信もね、行うっていうその権利戦を配信するっていうのがすごい珍しいなと思いつつね、その様子がわからないですが、この先の予定はまだ、こうやって見れるっていうのはなかなかね、この時はこれ強かったなみたいなのとか、このプレーすごい上手だなみたいな話とかもね、また後ほどできたりするだろうし、すごいね、
なんか見れるのも我々が見れるのも嬉しいし、なんか本人たちも配信されてるっていうなんか緊張感がプラスされそうな、ね、
そうよ、すごいいい取り組みでございましたけれども、本当に何はともあれ招待状いいな。
いや、いい、めちゃくちゃいい。
アニメの追体験ができるっていうのは嬉しいよね。
最高すぎるな。
こういう本当にカード以外の部分でもさ、なんていうか参加してもらえるものだったりとかさ、こうやって勝ち上がったからこそもらえるもものだったりっていう。
I'm just looking, so
こうやっていろんな形であるとめちゃくちゃ嬉しいですよね。
Maybe I should like slowly sip on my water. So it doesn't look like I'm frozen.
お願いいたします。
お願いします。
そしてメイン大会を勝ち抜いたのは、
はい、見事優勝。
Come on, show us the insane.
おめでとうございます。
Cut us loose or show us the insane. So yeah.
でもね、ぜひぜひ皆さんご覧になってほしいですが、皆さん気になってるちょっと優勝デッキレシピの方をね見ていきたいと思います。まずどんなデッキが予選で使用されていたのか、出場プレイヤーたち全体の使用デッキ分布の方を見ていきたいと思います。こちらです、どうぞ。はい、ということで今回はねシングルファイトということで、
So amongst the whole entire divide of all the players here, we've got 20% of players coming in with Buff Sagara, and it feels like half of them like like made it to the top 32, so just weird. 9% playing Rizal, 9% playing Levitas Imperial, Polyphonic Overdrive Artisaria is at 6%. We also have Vanguard Dragress still coming in at 5% or so. It's still remaining there. So Leo Odium also making a showcase or so with 5% of players actually being played in the tournament, which is interesting. And 46% is all of them all on what we call it. So yeah. In any case, looking at the buff deck, so this is the winner's deck essentially. 4 Violas, 4 Trickstars, running in with the new support cards that's from the new set. I think that's one copy of the Persona Shield, I think. If I'm not mistaken, the one copy of it. I might be wrong, so I think I might be wrong. So yeah, it could be another Silk Blaze Dragon in there. So and the overdress or cross overdress support card also in there too as well. Running with 2 swords, 2 shields, a staff too as well. So not a lot of arms in here. So but with the way that that Violet does and also Buff Sagara does as well. So you don't really need a lot of difficulty. You won't need a lot of copies of arms, so just so that you can make it easier to search for your arms cards. So but the direct searchability starting from Buff Sagara's abilities, Violet's ability as well. So it just really allows you to actually just reuse whatever arms that you find. So you're never in a position where you don't have your arms. So the sword, you can always fetch back your sword. So because now for both Violet and for Buffscara now, so they now say they can get your arms also from the drop zone or from your hand. So yeah. Running in with 1 copy of the Regalis pieces. So, yeah. Oh sorry, the Fire Regalis too as well. It's just a very good like universal card. So in order to find either the order or you can find the you can actually find a unique card, so yeah.
を採用することによって、よりアクセスしやすくしているのかなという印象でございます。はい。で、本当にね、人によってそのプランの取り方とかも違ったりとか。
They go with the secondary Elementaria, so it's just a means to combat the wild. So yeah, but otherwise it's actually just another PG regardless. The strike decks are using the new Elementaria, so it's just so that you can deal with any of the strike decks that you may run across. So yeah. Hey, they're not putting up the codes for the deck log now, so which is good.
はい。ということでこのデッキで優勝されました。改めてモッチ選手優勝おめでとうございます。おめでとうございます。
Congratulations.
はい、ということで、続いて次回開催となる地方カップのお知らせです。こちら。
Alright, so the next one is in 2 weeks' time, or rather next week I should say. Yeah, so next week. So next week Sunday, so will be at Niigata for the Chibo Cup. So yeah.
13時はトークステージ&みんなでパック開封チャレンジ、そして15時からはステージファイトを予定しております。
それでは13時からのステージについて見ていきましょう。こちらトークステージでは決められたテーマについて大会本部にある専用の
So the side events happening at the Chibo Cup also, which is the talk stage section, a learn to fight section where you can actually get 1 pack of the offset 7. And then yeah, and then you also be able to get yourself the commemorative Chibo Cup Niigata sleeves too as well. So yeah, 5 in the set, so you can use them as your start deck. Promoting the Almond Sake Brewing Incorporated building. So yeah.
うわー、なんかすごい真面目ですね。
なんか何したい？
いや俺は絶対に喧嘩するから代わり番号で仕事行かせて代わり番号で遊びますよ。
ああ、で主導権こっちにないんだ。
ないんじゃない？多分だって同じ思考を持ってる人たちだからさ。
そうか。
今日はちょっと疲れてるからお前仕事行けよみたいな話に絶対にあり始めるから。
なるほどね。
そうよ。
そっか。
そう多分平等に代わり番号に働きと遊びをやります。
ああ、私はもうひたすら。
Is it just me or is like Mano's camera just like very low quality for some reason?
いやまあいいですね。で最近気づいた意外と
It can't be my stream, right?
もうありますけど。
むずくないこれ。
Try so.
ですよ。で
Try is like cat so.
コーヒーの当てをすごい探してる時期があって。
Apparently I can't see it like live so yeah.
好きだなと思って。
But I should only be like a second behind so yeah. Yeah, because I'm looking at the yeah, he's out of focus actually. I'm looking at the front there, right? The set 7. Set 7, so you can tell the difference. Set 7 there is actually he's quite focused also, but he's blurry, which means that he's not in focus. And on Nisha's camera, she's in focus, but then the front is actually not in focus. So yeah, the autofocus has failed, or the manual focuser is failed. So I thought it's like bad quality on my stream, so which cannot be. So I had no problems with my internet thus far. So yeah, I mean.
会場の物販などで事前に購入お願いいたします、そしてトークステージでお便り採用された方とパック開封チャレンジでゲストの方が指定したカードがパックから出た方にはですね、景品として、新潟会場限定スリーブ5枚セットを進呈いたします。
They're taking the commemorative sleeves.
更新予定の公式サイトにも記載いたしますので、そちらをご覧ください。
そしてさらにキャンペーンも開催されます。こちら。
So RP campaign, so yeah. So yeah, you can get yourself a chance to actually get yourself a rubber playmat as a present. So yeah, it's their PR campaign. I don't know if it's a typo or if RP means something. I'm not certain. So yeah.
応募期間、3月29日土曜日、ちょうどね、新潟会場の前日まで受付となっておりますので、
So yeah, you just need to follow the Vanguard channel on X, and then after that, also repost the tweet, I think so. Yeah.
では続きましてこちらのイベントのお知らせです。どうぞ。コロツアー春2025にてヴァンガードの出展が決定しました。
コロツアー。
来ました。
So,
はい、こちらコロツアーとは何ぞやという。
So it looks like there's actually a event. I guess it's a learn to play with using the Korokoro starter packs. I believe so. So yeah. They also gonna have like events with or possibly like tournament or so in their days for the Switch version, and so you can actually get yourself a copy of XOR for participating, and yeah, there's also there's also a drive check, reader drive check. Victor, I guess. So yeah, the Victor actually will get those prizes. The guerrilla attack, and then you drive check. So yeah.
一緒にヴァンガードの方を始めてみましょう。ということで以上コロツアーのお知らせでした。
続きましてアニメ情報です。皆さんデラックス編第9話見てくれましたか？見ましたか？
見ましたか？
はいはい。ではでは
That's all focus, dude.
場面者と一緒に振り返るコーナーです。どうぞ。
Alright, so this is the episode review, so to speak. The fact that they are doing Watage here, so it's just very like we can't shout loud enough to support Akira. I brought this, let's go, and then they go straight to full Watage, so which is like I'm Mikoto in that situation, like what the So yeah. To me, this was one of those episodes or so whereby I'm just going through the cycles or so. This is a good episode through and through, and we're getting a little bit more hints as to what is Yakumo's like past or so, which has been hinted at so enough times that we know that he was actually the first. He was actually the first blackout leader, and then he gave up the position, and then he gave it to somebody else. I think it was Megumi's brother, I think. And then it was Danji, then then he gave it to Danji, sorry. Then it was given to Danji. Then after it was given to Danji, then Toya, then to Toya to you, then you to Megumi. So yeah. So yeah, they said that there were 5 members or so, yeah. I always thought that Danji was actually second, and I was right in him being second also. But I thought the first leader was Megumi's brother, which he didn't play much of a role in the story also, which is a little bit sad. Kind of sad also that was the case.
気にかけてくれてるよね。
そうそうそうそう。
すごい、まああれを託してますからね。
ね、飲み物。
うんうんうん。
あ、飲み物だっけあれ。あ、飲み物だよね。
But yeah, I mean, regardless also, it's a great episode, and really like anybody that was really excited for Youthberk also would walk away from this episode gleefully also. And we're still trying to figure out also what is the mistake that has been given to Akina in his Rizal deck. Like, what does he do? We still have no idea what the skill does. But yeah. But yeah, this was a little bit more towards expectations, whereby as soon as Raika Persona rises, so it's over for Akina. So. But good to know that we know Akina well enough that a loss like this also does not impact him negatively. He always walks away learning something. So yeah, a very, very good attitude to emulate also, in terms of like how you handle losses and everything, because you're not there supposed to be frustrated about it also. Just analyze, think about where could have been better, what's possible, and just move on also. Taking lessons from it also, rather than taking fault in it also. And of course also, it goes without saying. It goes 100% without saying also, but just seeing Youthberk in action again, seeing what Skyfall Arms Rebuild does to a certain extent, as well as Exist 2 as well. It was interesting that the Exist binds itself at the end also, but the binding was actually part of Exist's full ability, and so this feels like a deck also that has completely abandoned Full Blast for Youthberk. Who knows, maybe Full Blast can actually play out with the whole thing, so we'll see soon also once we get the card reviews also. But we did see Tempest in his deck as well, so we've seen Tempest. We could Dusk may have been there, but Sequana has seemingly been retired from the deck, so it seems that Sequana will only be useful for the old Youthberk, so no longer the new one. So yeah, all familiar abilities as well. It also seems that Youthberk rebuilt, as we have seen from the episodes, they receive from the episode as well. So it gives one drive also to the revolt dress, also, which is interesting for the most part. So Corridor's still there too as well. So I think Corridor is a newer card that has some prevalence also, even if the Youthberk also changed to a new Vanguard as well, to a new version of him. So yeah, I always thought that the right line would actually not be Youth, but then it's kind of out of theme if they're not Youth. So it makes me wonder, like, what is like if we take Youth and this also, so what is rebuilt? He starts from the young self and then he goes up to this, or are you telling me also that Youth has always been this small kid also, or this teenager also, and then he basically upgrades into this suit of a man essentially. So that's why he's like a small version every time he starts as the first Vanguard. So yeah. I don't think Yu is coming from America. I mean, I don't know whether if Yu will actually make it the episode, but as long as you know, he went to France. So DNA's told us that he went to France. So yeah, but I don't know whether if he's coming. I don't know if he's the second person to come to America. It would be fun if it is so, but I don't know. I feel like they could do new character, or I feel like they could surprise us with somebody else. So, but I'm not sure about Yu coming from America along with Michiru. We don't know that yet. So yeah. But yeah, next episode we're actually going to be seeing the genesis of Blackout, with Yakumo leaving the pro fighter ring and starting up the counter fighter group Blackout. So yeah, we get to see some history in this episode. So yeah.
ね、なんかアニメの最後の方でもさ、なんかあったもんね。ナオと花月が話して、どうしてプロ辞めちゃったの？
はい。というところでございますが、ちょっと皆さんぜひね、リアタイで感想をポストしてください。はい。
So yeah, somebody that was able to actually fight or even like surpass Bichuru, Hasuma Bichuru. So yeah.
来た。はい。
Okay, so another episode of Youthberk.
誰が紹介されるんでしょうか。またちゃんと紹介してくれるんでしょうか。
ね。
気になるところでございますけど。それではゆるウォッチどうぞ。
花月&ナオのゆるウォッチ。
皆さんどうもどうも。
ナオちゃんと花月さんですよ。
影くん、今日こそは脱線せず真面目にやるから。
お、張り切ってるね。
もち。今日は小柴ライカさんを紹介しよう。
よっ、いけいけ、やれやれ、勝ってませ
その盛り上げ方合ってるかな。まあいいか。ライカさんはチームティルナノーグで活躍するプロファイターで、デラックスでの優勝経験もあるすごい選手。
人気そうだね。
そうだよ。私の大学友達にもファンがいるぐらい。
へえ。ナオちゃん、大学ではどんな話してるの？
それは話す人によるとしか。
恋バナは？
え？
しないの？するでしょ？
いやまあなくはないけど。
詳しく。
嫌だよ。
詳しく。
てか結局脱線してるじゃん。はい。
Okay, I just noticed something.
本人
He has earbuds in his ear.
だけだったよね。マジの
そうね。
So I'm not sure if they are like earbuds that he's listening to something, or if they are earbuds as in you know, they plug up his ear, that kind of thing. So, man, why is nobody telling this camera guy here to focus? He's like blurry. It sucks. Like you can see the focus difference. So with
恋バナするんだ。
yeah, you can see just the focus difference on our two presenters there. So you can also see the difference with the box too as well. So yeah.
関係ねえじゃねえかよ。今回はマジで。
ね。
So yeah, it makes more sense. So they're like earplugs that actually blocks out outside noises. So it just allows him to actually focus on the things that he need to focus on in his mind.
今後そこら辺とか。さすがに？
さすがに。
どうなんだろうな。秘密のなんか。
わかんないけどね。
大学でどんな話してるのか気になるわ。スピンオフ出してくれよ。なおの日常とかさ。
いつか期待。
そうそうそう。はい、ということでございました。まあ、ライカ君はプロで活躍している選手です。はい。
知ってた。
知
ってた。
はい、ということで、花月&ナオのゆるウォッチは今後も終盤内で放送予定でございます。お楽しみに。それでは放送情報です。こちら。
テレビアニメ「カードファイトヴァンガードディバインズデラックス編」はテレビ愛知テレ東系列6局ネットにて毎週土曜朝8時から BS 日テレにて同日23時30分から放送中です。次週もお楽しみに。
はい、続きましてお知らせです。4月5日のアニメはお休みとなりますということで、アニメがお休みということは、
So the quality has really went down. So yeah.
はい、エンジョイバンガロー TV 運動編が放送決定です。運動でございます。前回はね、ひらめき編でございましたが、そちらに引き続き再びジョイバンが帰ってきましたが、まあね、前回知力を競っておりましたヴァンガードに必要なもの。
So we're going to the usual programming. We should be getting to our card use very very
ヴァン
soon.
ガードに必要なものってそれは体力ということで、今回の Day2 にかけたシングルファイトとかもさ、予選9回の決勝ラウンド5回みたいな。すごい量やってたから
14。
そう、そりゃ体力も必要ですわなというところでございますが、まあこちらね、バンガローキッズたちは体力、すなわち運動の最強の座をかけてまたまたジョイバンデラックス大会を開催いたします。
今回のゲストは小笠原仁さんということで、アニメの展開さながらアキナによるライカへの熱いリベンジがあるかもしれないので、皆さんお楽しみに。
気になるところでございますね。はい、運動編は7月5日の朝8時から BS 日テレでは当日の23時半に放送です。これまでのお話は各種配信サイトや YouTube からも見れますので、ぜひ見返してみてくださいね。
続いては秋葉原のヴァンガードストアからのお知らせです。こちら。
Okay, so Vanguard store. So some new goods are essentially coming in next week actually. So yeah, you can see some of the artworks that actually has made appearances in Vanguard 0. So acrylic card dividers on the right side. On the left side, you can see acrylic stands. So for characters, or rather the character like portraits as seen in Divines. So yeah. Oh sorry, not Divines, DDs too. So yeah.
ださい。
はい。
そしてなんとバンガードゼロトレーディングアクリルキーホルダーということで、
Trading acrylic key holder.
三崎カムイレン、黒のシオン、トコハクミ、そしてラミーラビリンスの全10種となっております。これも嬉しいね。めちゃくちゃ季節の衣装が皆さん揃っております。で、トレーディング商品でございますが、こちらボックス購入で全種コンプリートとなっております。いや、両方ぜひぜひ皆さん手に取ってほしい商品となっております。
はい、
お願いします。
よろしくお願いします。もちろんこちらのグッズはバンガードストアだけではなくオンラインでの販売もありますのでご安心ください。
はい、さらにこれだけじゃございません。お次の情報もどうぞ。はい、4月5日土曜日には
Alright, so we can get the character portraits for this is a week after, so yeah. Divines Volume 1, Divines Deluxe Volume 1, Volume 2, camp badges available. So yeah, feel free to represent your fighter in the deluxe tournament via camp badges.
ぜひ皆さんこちらの発売もお楽しみにお待ちください。
はい。では最後にバンガードストア今後の商品情報をお知らせします。どうぞ。3月4月には先ほどお伝えしたグッズが発売予定ですが、さらに5月末にもディアデイズ2、そしてディバインズの商品の予定があるようです。これ以降も企画が続々進行中とのことなので今後もお楽しみに。
はい、そしてバンガードストアで販売予定のある商品はオンラインストアでも取り扱いを行います。各グッズ発売日の正午よりブシロードオンラインストアにて受付開始予定です。購入 URL はバンガード公式 X でもご案内予定ですので見逃さないようにフォローしてお待ちください。以上バンガードストア情報でした。
続いてどこ版のお知らせです。こちら。
Alright, so the next Dokkan Neo will be releasing a brand new Triple R Galactic B Hero. So it's a brand new Galactic B Hero Grade 3, the Ace Vanguard. As well as so total 3 support cards or so for the Galactic B Heroes coming out. So yeah.
それではここからカード情報です。ぜひハッシュタグ終盤でカード情報始まったよとポストしてください。よろしくお願いします。
Alright, so the kind of information. Here we go. Youthberk Rebuild, Skyfall Arms Rebuild.
昨月編第10話ユースベルクスカイフォールアームズリビルドです。あらすじをお願いします。
New Law.
落とすべき点とは同胞としての点。地の民を率いる俺に矛盾はない。だからリビルドのために剣を交えるならば客人にも手加減はしない。でさえそれが剣士として最高の礼儀だからだ。
おー、ユースベルクが
So Youthberk facing down Resile, so yeah.
うわー熱いね。これだから強くなるためにみたいな話なのかな。気になるね。はい、そしてライカのライドライン解説も更新でございます。読み物サイトは終盤終了後に更新されます。お楽しみに。それではここから新カード紹介です。本日はブースターパック霊気転生から新たなユースベルクが登場です。レボルドレスや新たなライドライン含めて8枚のカードを紹介します。さらに6月発売の新商品の情報もお届けしますのでこちらもねぜひ皆さん最後までお見逃しなく。じゃあまずはブースターパック霊気転生から新たなユースベルクの紹介です。ライドラインの方から見ていきましょう。こちら。
Alright, so here we go. New Youth right line. So the Great Zero Youth in the right line, most powerful skill in the entire game.
いいね。これ雰囲気ありますね。
これは好きな方を使えばいいってことね。
好きな方を使って良い。だから前回のユースのねファーストヴァンガードでももちろん良いでございますので、もうね好きな方をぜひ皆さん使ってください。
Yes, Youth. Let's go.
そして続いてグレード1のユースでございます。どうぞ。
Right, so here's the great one. Alright, so when this unit rolled upon the previous, the proper grade zero youth. Alright, then you can soul blast one. Look at top 5 cards of your deck. Choose one and reveal it. Sorry, choose one with Youthberk in its name. And add it to your hand. Choose one card and reveal it. Sorry, choose one card and reveal it. If it has Youthberk in their name, add it to your hand. If it's a grade 2 or less card, call it the Regard Circle and shuffle your deck. So as long as you write the proper one on top, so on top of this, you can Soul Blast 1, which removes the grade 0. And then you can top 5, choose one. Add it, if it's Youthberk in his name, you add it to your hand. If it doesn't, if it's grade 2 or less card, then you actually can call it the Vanguard Circle, which allows you the capability to actually rush with this card. If you really can set up everything also. Can add either Persona Ride or Revolve Dress also. Yep, exactly. And you can also rush with it too as well. So if you're going turn 2 and you already have everything set up in your hand already, you can actually use this card to actually rush out. Good rushing capabilities. Alright, so the grade 2 youth. So when this unit is rolled upon by a unit with the Revolve Dress ability, so this can also be done with original Youthberk 2 as well, if you are not getting the new Youthberk. Edging Blast 3, then search your deck for grade 2 or higher card from your drop zone. Sorry, search your drop zone for grade 2 or higher card and add it to your hand. So you can actually discard a Youthberk and you can actually fetch it back into your hand afterwards. So making it that your discard will actually be free. So yeah, instead of CB, it's now Edging Blast 3. Yeah, correct. Correct. So you can actually replace the old right line for Youthberk with this one. With this one also, and yeah, you can update your old Youthberk deck with this. No problem at all. The right line with the common cards also. So yeah. Pretty good. Again, the hospital, the ambulance is there. I can't be the only one that's hearing it, right? Here we go. Skyfall Arms Rebuild. Alright, so let's go into it. Revolve Dress. Revolve Dress. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. Activate one of the following effects. Choose a... Am I saying that correctly? Oh yeah, so yeah. Skyfall, choose a card with Skyfall in their name and write it as stand, and then for a turn it gets -2 drive. Counter Blast 1, search your drop zone for a Skyfall for a card with Skyfall arms in their name. Write it as stand, and then for a turn it gets -2 drive. So Revolve Form, yes, thank you. Thank you. I forgot about Revolve Form. I was trying to figure out the word. So yes, you search for Revolve Form. Thank you. You search for Revolve Form from your hand and write it as stand, or you can counter blast 1, choose a Revolve Form from your drop zone and write it as stand. I think that's the reason why Youthberk exists needed to be bind after the turn. So yeah, it's because this ability allows it so you can actually write the same exists. So this is not something impossible to do. Anyways, when this unit is written upon during the battle phase, discard one card from your hand, choose your Vanguard, and for the turn, increase or decrease this unit's drive to 1. So by discarding a card from your hand, so through Youthberk's Skyfall Arms ability, it's basically sequada in 1. So you can actually just have your Revolve Form straight away have you can run less Revolve Forms also. Yes, you can. So yes, you can actually have +1 drive on it, so by discarding card from your hand. So it makes a lot of sense for them to just kind of like come together. Then a continuous skill. When this is written upon by a grade 3 with Revolve Form in their name, then write this card from the soul, and then you bind the card that was put on top of it. So yeah. So yeah, so it's not Exist ability, it's actually Skyfall Arms' ability, which means that this card makes it so that I think you do not play Full Blast anymore. Full Blast requires actually you have all of the others in the soul, the rainbow basically, into the soul, so that Full Blast can actually do its full capabilities. But this one is that you bind the card that you Revolve Form on. So yeah. So yeah. So okay. So either Revolve Dress from hand or card plus 1 Revolve Dress from drop. Yes, correct. Correct. That also explains why we saw Tempest being discarded, if I'm not wrong correctly, or it did went to damage, I can't remember.
自分のデッキ構築
But yeah, it does explain a lot,
という
so
ところでございますが、
はい
まあどんな時でも手札1枚捨てればドライブプラス1できる、まあ実質プラス1ができるよっていうところでございます。超強いでございますね。
はい。
で、最後の効果教えてください。
はい。永続このユニットがレボルフォームを含
and
む
this unit writes on a unit writes on a unit revolve form.
ソウルに置かれる代わりに
Creature revolve form in their name, so
はい、ということで、今回はですね、なんとドロップからレボルドレスできるようになった代わりにターン終了時にそのレボルフォームはバインドされてしまうということで、まあだからソウルにまた乗り直してじゃあソウルブラストしてまたドロップからみたいなのは
So, yes,
できないよっていうところが、
move it from the soul to bind. So yeah.
手札から乗った場合も変わらずに
So either revolve form from hand for free or counterblast one revolve from drop. Yes. Yes, Matthew.
毎回ね、
That's how it is.
とか使ってうまくちゃんとドロップに、ドロップとか手札にね、このレボルフォーム、スカイプログラムじゃね、レボルフォームの方をちょっとね、持ってくるようにしてみてはいかがでしょうかというところでございますが、
The bind is an interesting mechanic as well.
効果を持っている
You've CB hungry as well. Has it never been CB hungry?
ということでございますが、
But now it's a little bit more free also because of the fact that you can what you call it? The fact that you no longer color blast, you energy blast now for your write up.
それでは、じゃあ続いて新たな
And this one just allows you to be able to actually be able to revolve from the drop zone if you discard it early. So yeah.
走破の銃がスーブリンドでございます。
Okay, so this is what the common support card for it.
リアガードサークル
So, if you have a revolve form in your bind zone, this unit gets intercept. It can intercept from the back row and gets plus 2k active during your bonus turn 2 as well. So it's a complete 10k booster. I can intercept from the back row. So yeah. I think continuous skill is for exist, but also to avoid loops. So yeah, they expect to avoid loops, I would say. 10k booster can intercept from the back row. Yes, yes, Saber.
はい、まあでもこれシンプルでね、わかりやすく強い効果でございます。
A little bit more simple, so yeah.
でバインドされた時に、メリットがあるよっていうところでございます。はい、ちょっとね、続いてのカードも見ていきたいと思います。こちらです、どうぞ。はい、続いてはこちら、カッパの騎士ダウドリックでございます。
So the great one, final burst Diablos against 5k shield, yeah, essentially. Alright, so the red card. When this is placed on the regard circle, color blast 1. Look at the top 5 cards of it. Oh, sorry. Is that reveal? Sorry. Yeah. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose a Youthberk among them, reveal it, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. Second effect is that when this unit attacks, if your Vanguard is a grade 2 or higher card with Youthberk in their name, for the turn this unit gets plus 5k. So this is a 15k attacker. When it attacks, and if you have a Youthberk Vanguard, also, which you always will in this situation. And yeah, just being able to cover plus 1 top 5, so look for a youth card. I don't know if it has something like this in previous, I don't think so. Most of the time, if you always relied on Cardwella, you've relied on a few other cards too as well, so it allows you to be able to actually fetch a card, fetch the grade 3 off from there. So I don't know whether this card will still have the same uses or not, so maybe, maybe not. It's a maybe, it's a maybe not. It looks like FGO Cigar, so I wouldn't know about that. I am not a follower of the Fate series to a far extent. Okay, so if you have a revolve if you have a revolve form in the bind zone during your turn, this unit gets plus 5k. So this one is another 50k booster. It's a double R. Okay. Alright, second ability is that when a Youthberk when a Youthberk ability, when this unit stands, when this unit stands by Youthberk's ability, when this unit stands, I was like, how the hell do you get Youthberk to stand? You cannot. No, when this unit is stood by Youthberk's ability, which in this case will be exist, color blast 1, draw 1. Then for the turn, during the battle, this unit attack. If opponent were to call cards to the Guardian Circle from a hand, they must call 2 or more at the same time. So yeah, there we go. It specifically requires existence. So yeah, it specifically requires exist. So this card cannot be put into cannot run for any other cannot run for any other revolve form. This is just for Exist, which means that Exist is the only revolve dress that's coming out in the new set. I don't think there's any more that's coming out. So you have to rely on whatever that you could get previously from the Youthberk deck before. But here, now not so much.
そこら辺とね、うまくじゃあこっちにちょっと多めに使ってあげようかなみたいなことも選択することができるよという感じでございます。しつつね、ガード制限かけるのは強力な効果でございます。はい、そして、まあこんなところでございますが、じゃあまあユースベルクどうやってスタンドさせるのっていうところが皆さん気になってると思いますが、じゃあそちら新たなレボルフォームを見ていきましょう。こちらですと。
Here we go. Revolve form. Revolve form exists. Okay. So, when its unit is placed on the Vanguard circle by Revolve Dress ability, activate all the following effects. Energy Blast 3, choose one of your regards and stand it. Then, during that turn, all of units in front row gets plus 10k. If you have a Revolve form in your bind zone, then this unit then it gets plus 20k instead of plus 10k. If you have a unit in the bind zone with the same name as this card, then for the turn this unit gets plus 1 critical. Alright, then that's all the following effects they activate with Revolve form. So yeah. Vanguard skill, at the end of the turn, choose a card with a revolve form in your soul and write it at rest. So that's where the other skill kick in. So draw one also, there's no draw one. There's no draw one. It's just 10k or 20k in the front row. You stand one rear guard with Energy Blast 3, and then if you have a copy of this card in the bind zone, then this thing gets plus 1 critical. Not gonna lie, a bit underwhelming considering what we got for Bath, lol. I mean, we never expected Bath to actually end up like being 19 out of 32 in the top 19 out of 32. But yeah, through and through is kind of like, So yeah.
すごいパワーで襲いかかってくるのに加え、なんとバインドゾーンだから最初のアタックとかにこの子にしっかり乗れていると、なんとバインドゾーンにこのカードと同盟があるとクリティカルがプラス2
So yeah.
うわー、ペルソナライドしてたらプラ3万になってクリもプラ1。
So it's plus 30k if you include Persona Ride 2 as well. So it's like 30k plus the entire front. Like who needs back row also when the side also is not only going for 25k but 45k on its own. Just seems energy heavy somewhat also. Not really actually. In fact, this would be the only other energy cost outside of your write up. So you write up, then you energy blast 3. But beyond that also, you probably use most of your energy on this. So you're not really energy heavy unless you really include your biscottis and everything else in there too. So, but even with just biscotti, right, it's not energy blast heavy because all of it will mostly be dedicated to exist essentially. So yeah, we prefer stand and column rather than just stand and regard. So I think it's for balanced situations. I think having a whole column restand so it's just a little bit like does a lot already, and you already have Sylph there too as well. And even though it's meant to be for the Vanguard specifically, I think Sylph being there also just makes it so that like that's why it's only for only one regard that stood. So yeah. Where are the translators? Am I not translating? Or is it that or you're late also? Because I already translated it. But if you're talking about like the fan translations, they take a while. So and even the Twitter page also as well, they only just got to Skyfall Arms rebuild. So yeah. EB3 skill is just restand. Yeah, you came late also. So no one has Sylph also. Yeah, everybody ignored Sylph essentially. So anyways, Energy Blast 3 for Energy Blast 3 is to stand a rear guard. When you revolve, when this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle by revolve dress, activate all the following abilities. Energy Blast 3, stand a rear guard. The second one is that all of units in front row gets plus 10k for the turn. Then if you have revolve form in your bind zone, it's 20k instead of plus 10k. The third one is that if you have a copy of this unit in the same, if you have a unit with same name as this unit in the bind zone, this unit gets +1 critical. Then the other one is you swap back also. So at the end of the turn, you swap back to a unit with revolve dress in your soul, and you write it as rest. So yeah.
今後のアニメデラックス編で活躍するカードも収録されておりますのでお楽しみに。
So yeah, you'll always be stuck with 3 energy also. You can do a lot of 3 energy, but I don't expect you to add a lot of energy cards into this also. It very much well dictates itself also. In that regard, so yeah.
はい、ブースターパック超優爆裂6月6日発売決定です。
6月6日。
超優爆裂。もう
Platina Azel.
型はってなってる人。
Platina Azel in set 9.
見覚えのあるユニットが見えております。
Who's the other unit?
発売日。愛知くんの誕生日でございますので。
Who's the other guy? Yeah. Who's the other guy?
祭りやね。
祭りだよ。
来ましたよというところでございますが、じゃあ本日は収録されるユニットのイラスト少し紹介させていただきます。まずはこちら。
Is it a support card?
なんとブースターパック超優爆裂に収録される新たなライドライン小説クレイクロス
New Right Lights.
おかしな遊園地ハートルールシビルトサイドストーリーからジャリューシビルトそしてエンカウンターユニットとして後期の獅子プラチナエイゼルが収録決定。
Oh, the second one is Sibylt.
そう
The second one is Sibylt.
ここで来たかっていうかイラストもね初めて見れたし、うわ
And I'm blocking Azel. I don't care. I don't care. I'm blocking Azel. Yeah, second one is Sibyl. Interesting. I wonder what Sibyl will actually will do. Interesting.
どんな能力なんだろう。シビルト。
The one on the left is the Vanguard girl that you like also. Oh, okay. So she's from the. Is she from Youthberk?
気になりすぎるな。
特殊なあれじゃなければ。そう。いや気になるね。
But it's a Dark States. It's actually a Dark States unit, so I'll probably end up playing it. So yeah. Youthberk also, yeah, yeah, from Youthberk. So I guess I finally have a Youthberk deck now. She's from Dark States, and she looks like the Mad Hatter. She has a train on her hat. So yeah. Also at Vanguard we getting support. I'm not sure about that actually. I'm not sure about that. No, the one on the left is actually from Krikos Epic. It says there, so it's from the excerpt from Krikos Epic. So yeah.
これだけじゃないんですよね。
はい。そしてこちらのライドラインも収録されます。どうぞ。カードファイトバンガードユースクエイクから。
Yeah. So the one on the left. So these two are from Youthberk essentially. So yeah, that's essentially from Krikos Epic. Yeah, correct. So these two are the ones that's actually from the. They actually is from Youthberk. So yeah. Serious and what is that? Perug the Sky Ruler. So yeah.
おそらく
Okay.
作られるのかなっていう感じの
Interesting.
ファイト内容になっておりますのでちょっとそこら
Kenta
辺
is Kia right there. So
ぜひ皆さん
Cam, I know what her deck does. So Night Girl binds front row and allows top deck manipulation.
ドロップゾーンの枚数に
Interesting.
比例して強くなる
Interesting.
ヴァンガードということで今までのストイケア
Interesting.
ド
So
ロップ
yeah.
の枚数
Because like Azel is from UK. So yeah. We got it now.
な
So
かったと思うのでちょっとそこら辺もね皆さんぜひぜひこちらね、コミック単行本3から4巻のめぐると空母のファイトで登場しておりますので、今のうちに相性いいユニットとかもしかしたらいるかもなみたいなのね、どんな能力で再現されて帰っていくかわかんないですけど、ちょっといろいろ確認するためにもねぜひコミックの方を読み返してみてください。ということで改めて最後に商品情報です。こちら。
So this is coming out in June 6th, first week of June. So yeah.
追加情報もお届けする予定ですので、皆さんお楽しみに。以上、新カード情報でした。
Platina Easel.
はい、ということで、
We don't know yet. This is just the initial reviews. So yeah, have to wait.
次週はカード情報が盛りだくさんです。まずはブースターパック霊気転生からアニメにも登場。
So the second Game Maju. Oh, okay. So the first Game Maju is actually the Wolza, and this is the second one. So we're getting 2 new cards for Vase Ruger in in next episode. So yeah, and we'll also be getting the triple RPR pack that's actually in the Master Deck sets. So yeah.
キャラクタートリプルレア PR パックの詳細もお届けいたしますということでございますので、次回の終盤もお見逃しなくよろしくお願いします。
Okay, so next week's Vase Ruger. Alright,
挨拶に行きましょう。じゃあ僕が合言葉はと言ってる皆さん、ライドサバンガードと書き込んでください。
They really need to fix it. Sorry, it bugs me so much also because I used to pull focus, and whenever I see blurry images also, it really like bugs me a lot. So yeah, I'm quite particular about focus pulling. So yeah,
楽しみがいっぱい。
it's very bad.
あるんじゃないかな。
It's very bad also.
そこら辺も楽しみにお待ちください。
はい。
はい、そろそろみんな書き込む準備できたかな？
OK ですか？
はい、それじゃあいきますよ。せーの。
It's alright.
合言葉は。
Alright, those are Vanguard.
ありがとうございました。
Alrighty. Well, I'm out of breath because just straight up Platina just came out and whatnot. So, and I'm not. I don't know. This one, like the mid-season boost, so as we call it, also, as we call it here, set 9 now. So, set 9 also will feature all the encounter cards, the Great Cross Epics, the Youthberk decks as well. It's mostly the boosts for that. If you're asking no bread boss or so, I could make the argument that we could see support for Silhouette in that set. So because it's been a long time. It has been a long time or so. But now with Great Cross Epic ending, so to speak, and they don't have to focus so much on it, so they actually can do their counter cards and they actually can do Sibyl. Like they're able to do Sibyl now, so as the Dragon Empire right line for the set, so which is interesting to say the least. And who knows where that leads to, so but we will only see much closer in May. In the month of May, we'll see much closer. So we'll see how things heat up. So with the reviews there. So but yeah, that's just interesting to say the least in terms of what we get and what we see throughout. So yeah, I mean, what am I going to say? I'm pooped out. But all the stuff that we saw for Youthberk, so there are some interesting caveats to it. So Azo is late. So everybody's late when it comes to your encounter cards. When it comes to your Great Cross Epic cards. When it comes to your Youthberk cards, everything is late, but appreciated. Yes, you have ended the sentence quite correctly. So yeah, through and through also. But yeah, I mean, Youthberk reveals they usually tend to be quite exciting, but this one is like we kind of got all the excitement out in the episode, I feel. So yeah, no Mythiac no Mythiac evolution set. So I don't think it's too soon for an evolution, but had them having new cards, so it's expected, and I'm glad that they are. I'm glad also to see that it's finally coming out from there. So yeah, not much to say, not much to do. So yeah, I'll have to leave things at that. So let me get some music going right now, and we will jump straight into our what is cooking segment. So yeah, here we go. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going into our what is cooking segment. Let me just pop up this thing in full. Alright, so alright. This is our what is cooking segment right now, and this is where I asked you guys to actually just make some decks for me, and we're doing more goof this year, so we're just putting in more and more like goofy like ideas and whatnot. So and I'm improving the thing as I go along, and there's gonna be some that's a bit more like tell me your story. There's a bit more like hey, build something with specific condition, or build something with specific minds. And this is one of those things whereby it's a like situation thing right now. The problem that I asked also is to build me a standard V premium or vintage deck. So any deck in Vanguard, standard V premium, vintage, so on and so forth. But every card art also must each have a fire in each card art. Two max entries per person. Because I thought that this was a little bit more easier in terms of like oh, it's a card art with fire from there. So that'd be easy to put together. Just make Dragon Empire. No, no. Turns out I end up only having like a total of three entries in here. So, and apparently, even in Dragon Empire, which is known for Kagero, there's not a lot of fire in there. So, which is an interesting like thing that you don't notice. I like the words for what is going on here. So yeah, straight up. So. I'll try back again for another week. Bro, this is not your episode, this is my episode. You're not running the thing, I'm running the thing, so... Okay, let's just get into it. So yeah, let's start off with it. So a lot of questions, elaborate fire, whatnot, element fire. So let's see. We will start with Archer's first one. So, and yes, he is coming in first because of the fact that... For him, so it's quite easy to actually go into standard and just go straight into Shaman King. Because Spirit of Fire. Obviously. Now, I really made it specific. Yeah, it's a wiki bit, so it's a wiki bit. I won't take that away from you. You can proceed to take your bit whatsoever. So yeah. The prop is again, there must be fire in the deck. In the card art. This counts because it does look like a fire, so it does count. I will take that. I actually will take that. You did ask about Eliza, and I would say that yes, this looks a bit like she's on fire, so I'll absolutely 100% take that. So the Spirit of Fire itself, so it's surrounded by fire, so yeah, that's good. I think most of these are all okay, so let's proceed to look at the deck itself. So your Asakura, Sunlight Yellow over trigger. Is that a reference to a video game? Or move? Or wait, isn't that a JoJo reference? Saya Yellow Overdrive? Isn't that a Harmon ability? Is that a JoJo reference? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so fighter to get a Yo Asakura. So Oversoul ability is your attempt at it also. Feels like it is also. Feels like it is. I'll look it up. I'll look it up when I edit the video, so yeah. But anyways, Oversoul. Once per turn, put a rear guard with Amidamaru in put a rear guard with Amidamaru in its card name for into your soul. Draw a card and this unit gets a skill. All of your front row units get plus 5k until the end of the turn. There's a good reason why I fumbled up that part, because I used to play the old Shaman King game on the GBA, which is called Master of Spirits, I think, and then whenever you activate like one of the spirit ability, which in this case was you combine the spirits and then you basically get a big sword attack, and the voice line that says from that line so is Amidamaru into the soul, into the antiquity. So it's hard for me to say the words Amidamaru and then not follow it up with in the soul. So it's like put a rear guard with Amidamaru in the soul and that's your Oversoul right there. So that is essentially the whole entire shebang of the whole thing. So, but anyways, I digress. When you see the attacks, if your damage zone is 4 or more cards, color plus 1, this gives plus 1 critical until the end of that battle. So yeah, the whole entire right line focuses on just having just being able to put Amidamaru into the soul, and then you can activate the Oversoul ability in order to get more power towards the front row. And of course the Vanguard also gets plus 1 critical too as well. You can also evolve it into the Spirit Assault Yo Asakura, which is basically like the top skill says it's only this card can only be ridden on with grade 3 with Yo Asakura and this card name, which is similar to what you may have seen before with Vasquez or so, but this one just makes it so that you don't write this as the Ace grade 3. You don't write this as Ace grade 3, this is the follow-up afterwards. So when you see space on the Vanguard circle, this is plus 10k plus 1 critical until the end of the turn. Oversoul, put a Vanguard with Amidamaru in this card name into your soul, and until the end of the turn, all of your front row units get plus 10k when this unit will attack. It battles all of your opponent's units in a column, so it just does the Lanat thing as well, and just attack from there. The deck itself also is followed up with a lot of support cards also for your Asakura, especially Wooden Sword Ryu as well. So then you get to Energy Blast stand this unit. So Energy Blast, I mean Soul Blast. There's no Energy Blast in this thing. So yeah, everything else just follows around the fact so that if you don't have a Vanguard, We will sort of this card name. This way you get plus 10k shield, so it's a 50k interceptor, essentially, or guardian, if you see it that way. More of the grade 2s of the right line in this set, so just to fill out the fire step from there. I think the key card for this is actually Ana, actually, because of her ability to be able to withstand your Vanguard by resting this unit in the back row center. So this is similar to B Heroes also, which is a bit apt. Considering what we're getting on Thursday on also, which is that this guy is in the center back row, and instead of boosting, when the attack of your Vanguard with your Asakura card name does not hit, then you can counter blast 1 and rest this unit. Choose one of your Vanguards and stand it, and then it gets unit plus -1 drive. Sorry, -1 drive until the end of the turn. So yeah. It's actually this is basically an ender, so to speak, because they got a PG to avoid losing, and then this card comes into play, and then you can just get a second Vanguard attack, and it gets -1 drive, so which means that you only get 1 drive out of it. So yeah, there's Amidamaru himself, which is the spirit. So it's got spirits, as remember, they don't have any criticals on them, so they can't do damage on their own. So during your turn, if you have Vanguard, you Asakura is card name, this you get +5k, and if the Vanguard is oversold this turn, you get +1 critical. So this allows you to actually be able to attack with Amidamaru himself if you actually oversold before during that turn. But this is the only Amidamaru card, so you need to have 4 copies here. There's no other cards with Amidamaru in its name, even though you can put your triggers there, but in order to have the fire motif, so you got to have Heat Elemental Mark here as your front there, just to fix everything. Results of Hellacious Training, which is your actually your +5k shield for your draw trigger. Eliza, Spirit of Fire. This is an order card that comes with it. Tatagara. So funny thing about the Shaman Key right now is that the great ones will never ever have any fire background, so we cannot search. Wow, what a limitation. good anecdote they add in there, so because that just gives me a lot of insight here. So, and it really highlights the fact so that if you want to go with an element, you kind of cannot too as well, because of the fact also that the word fire, that visually there's no fire there, so it is hilarious also. But yeah, anyways, if you have a rare card with Amidamaru in this card name, just so your Vanguards with your Asakura in this card name, and this unit gets +10k, and it gets +10k at the end of the turn. If you don't have a rare card with Amidamaru in this card name, choose a card with Amidamaru in this card name from your drop zone and call it the rare card circle. So you need this order card in order to be able to fetch back your Amidamarus that you possibly will have soul blasted in order to oversoul once more. So yeah, and then of course, so lucky enough, so this if you Vanguard oversoul, retire all of your opponent's regards, and then deal 1 damage if you manage to check it with the old trigger. It does have the fire there, so yeah. It just goes to show just how just how like amazing card arts as it can be also, but the theme of fire is kind of non-existent, which highlights a little bit of a problem with say a whole entire clan that's actually all about fire, but then they don't actually have a lot of fire there, so which is interesting also. When I made the prompt also, I was thinking, oh, everybody's just gonna come in with Dragon Empire decks also, because Dragon Empire there's gonna be a lot of fire there. Turns out no, not the case also. But we'll take a look at some of the other attempts too as well. One more from Curse of Archer here as well, and he's running in with a the fire that burns it all. This is a V deck. Yeah, so this is a V premium deck. Okay, Ken, V premium deck also. Let's see. And that is Nizari, which I remember was restricted, wasn't he? Is he out of restriction? I don't know. Is he out of restriction? Is Nizari out of restrictions? I don't know. I got Nizari. We gotta bring the boy here, you know. Okay. Alright. So, anyways, X skill costs Soul Blast 3 grade 3s. Your opponent chooses a total of 6 cards from his or her hand and regards, and puts them into his or her drop zone. This gave us 10k to the end of the turn. So this is basically just to not only blow up your opponent's entire field, but also to blow up your opponent's entire hand. Pretty sure he's banned from premium, but not V premium also. Okay, yeah, maybe premium yes also. You might be right. V premium not so much also. So let's see how this goes through. Cruel Dragon. I haven't seen Cruel Dragon in a long time. I didn't know he got printed in V. But anyways, Cruel Dragon. During your turn in which your opponent's Vanguard was retired, this card can be normal called to your Vanguard circle if your Vanguard is grade 2 or less. Then when your Vanguard hits, when its attack hits a Vanguard, return this unit to your hand and soul charge 1. So okay. Alright. More flames. At the end of the battle, this attack, if your opponent's Vanguard was retired this turn, retire this unit and draw a card. Right? When rolled upon, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and retire. If you don't retire, draw a card. So Berserk Dragon. When plays Color plus 1 and Soul plus 1. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, retire it, and this unit's on your Vanguard circle, you get to draw a card. When this unit attacks a Vanguard with more Vanguards than your opponent, this unit gets plus 3k to the end of the turn. By Attack Dragon. Alright, when this unit attacks a Vanguard while boosted, Soul plus 1, choose a column, retire all of your opponent's Vanguards in that column. At the beginning of your right phase, if your Vanguard's grade 1 is grade 1 or less, discard this card, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 card or mono, reveal it with your hand, shuffle your deck. This is the PR card, so that came with the they came in like 2023 throughout there. So yeah, let me just get rid of the thing. Oh yes, Flame of Hope Armor. So yes, flame absolutely right on his finger there. So right on the button. This battle is boosted, gives us 3k. Then if your opponent's Vanguard is retired during your turn, retire this unit, draw a card, and counter charge 1. Yes, there's flames in here for Philanthrope Dragon. At the beginning of your main phase, if your opponent has no Vanguards, we call this card the Vanguard circle. Card plus 1, retire this unit, choose your opponent's Vanguards, and retire all of your opponent's Vanguards with the same grade as that unit. So yes, all in all, through and through, all on fire. So even the regardless piece is on fire too as well. So sorry, not regardless piece. The order card. So put a drop unit from your drop zone to the bottom of the deck. If you put a grade 2 card, you get to draw a card, which is actually pretty okay. You may discard this card for the cost as a heal trigger for the cost of calling G Guardian, but that's not relevant here. That's more pertinent for premium. But the other half of it is this is the 2024 release cards, the VR cards. So where you see is put on the Guardian Circle from hand, remove a heal trigger from hand or drop zone. This you get plus 10k at the end of the battle for each of your opponent's open Vanguard circles. If your opponent has 1 or less Vanguards. If your opponent has 1 or less open Vanguards, counter plus 1. Then choose one Vanguard gets plus 5k. So yep. Flame here. Flame there. Flame everywhere. Yes, flame. So all Kagero all have flames. So yes. Surprisingly for Dragon Empire deck, so there's a lack of exactly exactly what I pointed out. So which is when I saw that there's not a lot of people actually doing this prompt. So I didn't know that I didn't expect it to actually be a tough prompt. But it's tough because of the fact also that there's literally not a lot of flames in here. So which is something that is a bit weird. Dragon Empire has the discovery here is that Dragon Empire itself also does not have a lot of flames, which is so weird. It's absolutely just very, very, very weird. So, yes. So eventually, I decided to add on to the Vintage Namesake. Vintage Namesake. So because of the bluish flame deck. So yeah, I added Vintage in here. So because I wanted to see whether if with Percival will actually come back, Prominence Core, Prominence Flare, Vintage. So just put him in there and see how that goes. So I was hoping. The main goal of this is Nizari's the main Vanguard, and we try to proc cool to blind Soul Charge for grade 3s. So yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. And keeping everything to Destruction 2 as well, so just makes it so that when you pop off the Soul Blast 3 for Nizari, you instead of getting a Vanguard, you get your opponent's whole entire hand essentially. That's the goal of it, and I saw it immediately. So once I called out Destruction. So yeah, it makes all the sense in the world for that. So yeah, this is surprisingly fun and interesting. So not a deck I think we can build anymore in. Except for CFA, so, but you know, we don't have to bring CFA into it. So, but yeah, so that essentially is the prompt here. So yeah, and if you're wondering, so hey, why do we put Jojo? Jojo is the dragon of the 4-5 flames. So yeah, there's no fire here, so not possible for there. So yeah, let's go into the last one. Today's prompt is actually gonna be a bit short. So yeah, there we go. So fire, and we got ourselves a extreme fight. So yeah. This is Vintage. If only Leon was here, he would see his delicious Vortex Drag Dude here. So it's a Legion deck. Alright, so for anybody that's not aware, I feel like some people forgot about this problem. So maybe. So yeah. So yeah, anyways, Vortex Drag Dude. For anybody that's not aware of what Legion does, what happens is that this is the Legion leader. And the first skill is the Legion ability, which allows you to search your deck for the specific unit's name, which is in this case Perdition Dragon, Whirlwind Dragon, and you get to put and by sending 4 cards from your drop zone back into your deck, you can search for the specific card name and you can perform Legion, which is basically take the Vanguard leader and then you take the what we call the Legion mate that you went to search for, which is Whirlwind Dragon, and you put it side by side together. So when those two are together in the Vanguard circle, that's actually them in Legion state, and then Legion state abilities can actually pop off from there. So so this is the Legion leader Vortex Drag Dude also, and it's one of Leon's personal favorites also because of the destruction and the theme behind Vortex Drag Dude. This is what Wilbur Dragon would have been if it wasn't Wilbur Dragon. This is Vortex Dragon, but now Vortex Drag Dude now. So yeah. Anyways, Card Blast 2 and choose a card with the same name as a unit on your Vanguard circle. From a unit Vanguard circle from your hand and discard it. By doing so, which in case you can choose a Whirlwind Dragon or you can use Vortex Drag Dude. Right, if this unit is in Legion, then you get to choose up to 2 of your opponent's grade 2 or less regards and retire them. Then your number cards in your opponent's damage zone is 4 or less. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, deal 1 damage, and during the damage check, all trigger effects are nullified. This ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn. So you just basically shoot 1, retire 2, and then you shoot 1. So the anime shows Kai doing 1, 2, 3, and it's basically just Kamen Rider Kabuto for him. So yeah, this Leon gets giddy about Vortex Drag Dude, so if you mention it to him next time. So yes, during your main phase, your weapon's Vanguard is put to the drop zone. This game plus 3k at a turn, which makes it so that it's 20k, so it becomes 23k, so it can hit most Persona Right decks too as well. So yeah, not Persona Right, Persona Blast decks as well. Cross Right decks, sorry. That's the word I was looking for. Cross Right decks. So yeah. Anyways, let's move on. So this one is Perdition Dragon Draconic Neo Flame. When this is placed on Vanguard circle, at the end of the turn, this unit gets Card Blast 1. This unit gets ability Card Blast 1. Your opponent's Vanguard in the same color as this unit is put to drop zone. You may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards in the same color as this unit and retire it. So it just basically allows you to remove the entire column. So you can spread out the destruction and destroy more with Card Blast 1. So yeah. Has flame in there. Where your Vanguard Legions, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards as they call this unit, retire it. So just more retiring it. This is Whirlwind Dragon, which is the Legion mate. So when this unit attacks, you have a Vanguard with Perdition its card name. This unit gets plus 3k to the end of that battle. So not only do you have the 23 going, on, you also have the another 3 on top of it, so it's a 26, which at the time hits the magic number of 11. So that's the way that it goes. The Harlem Classic, a lot of flames there. Your PG is so PG, Perdition Dragon, Rapid Dragon. Flames there, I can see. Flame Whip that we can see here from Melikor. So plus 1, during the main phase, where your opponent's Vanguard in the same column as this unit is put to drop zone. If a Vanguard Perdition is card name, you pay the cost. If you do, choose a card for your damage zone and turn it face up. So this is the old color charge before he got the color charge name. Okay, the top there is actually on fire, so I accept that. You must have fire there. Plus 3k at the end of the turn. Perdition Wyvern's the car. Fire, yep, fire all go around. So if your opponent does not have any regards, it's called this unit, boost unit get plus 3k at the end of the battle. Alright. Conroe, first Vanguard. Conroe will be your first Vanguard, so and there's fire on the axe, so yes, absolutely all okay. Fire there with your strength trigger, fire here, and fire here. So yeah, balanced triggers, surprisingly. So yeah. All in all, so and PG, thankfully you're able to get on fire, so this is actually good. Fire, but I think in terms of enjoyment, this is probably the best kind of fire. So man, if DOVA-Days 2 actually does come up with like the Limit Break decks, so I hope they do bring it all the way up to the proper vintage, which is Legion, and I just want to go into Legion and I'll probably just play this. So yeah, I'll probably will just play this. So I just have a lot of fun there. Because Ultimate Riser, as fun as Ultimate Riser is, so Ultimate Riser really didn't live up to a lot of the hype that I wanted out of it. So it's a little bit sad for the most part. But hey, you know, it is what it is. So, and this is actually pretty good. Pretty okay. So right, so that's all the prompts that we have over here. It's a short voice quick segment that we have here today. But yeah, we're here every week, so we're gonna be having prompts every week. Just come to the Discord server and just have a bit of fun. Also forgot to mention on the listing, so on the first listing I made Shaman King that has no heals due to the lack of fire. Oh, it doesn't have any heals, does it? does have, yeah, it actually doesn't have any heals. You're right. It actually doesn't have any heals because there's no heal trigger that's actually on fire. So huge limitation. So huge limitation on that part. So but yeah, I think that with this, so it's yeah, it's enjoyable. So try your best is good. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's all for this segment. We're here every week, so you can check out next week's prompt, which I already have up already. It's in the deck building station over there. So I already have the next one out already, which is basically build a standard deck, but every letter in the alphabet must be found within the card names in the entire deck. So I got to be able to find A to Z in the whole entire deck for the names. Of course, Archer's gonna go for some collab decks because there's some that's easier than others. And I also want to introduce the mega prompt. I originally wanted this to be the prompt, honestly, but I realized that if I did flavor text right, all of you won't have the time to actually just kind of look through it. So I turned this into a mega prompt, which is that instead of 1 week, I give you guys 3 weeks to complete it. So go ahead and post me four cards. I want to read their flavor text and I want to get a story for this. So just build a story using that. So and this one I'll allow more time for it. So we will revisit this. A week after April Fools, I guess. So yeah, on the 8th we will visit this also. But yes, so that's it from me right now for this stream. So thank you very so much for joining me for the Newsday and also for the Wise Quick segment as well. Come back next week. I'm always here every Tuesday as best as I can to make sure that I deliver the stream news to you and just have some fun along with it. So and have some fun with you guys too as well. We want to have a year of goof and we are proceeding on well enough. So bye YouTube. See you next week for a new episode of Checkmaster with your boss cat. I'll try to fit this in also. I'll try to fit this in the edited video. So yeah, thank you guys, and that's it for me. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.